Consider any of your favorite Hindi stars, Hrithik Roshan or Ranbir Kapoor. Consider them as a global variables. Now we will be very catchy about this example. Welcome to SURIYAS. If you are new to my channel, then hit the subscribe button and support us. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the global variables versus the local variables. Already we had discussed about the variables in the previous program, the definition of a variable, the syntax, and how to initialize it. You can check it in the I button. Now when moving on to the video, global versus local variable, you want to know the definition of a variable and then how we can able to differentiate between a global versus local variable using a small example program. Consider a live example for a global versus local variable, a very live example just for a catchy remembrance. Consider your father and a grandfather living in your hometown and doing a business. They may be very popular in the hometown. So they may be popular only in their hometown. Consider them as they are local variables. Consider any of your favorite Hindi star, Hrithik Roshan or Ranbir Kapoor or whoever may be. They may be known to all of the hometowns or cities or states, even beyond countries. Consider them as a global variables. Now we will be very catchy about this example. Now when moving on to program, the global variable, first to know about what is the variable, basic definition just as a small recap. A variable is a name which is given to a memory location to store a value. Consider a equal to 20. We want to store the value 20 in the variable name a, which will be stored in the memory location depending upon the data type. Already we had discussed about the data types as part 1 and part 2 video. You can refer. Okay. This is a small example for a variable. Now what is a global variable means? The variables which are declared outside all of the functions are known as the global variable. What is the main purpose of global variable is when you want to access the same data in different functions. Each time we need to initialize. For each time, consider a equal to 10. You want to access the same data in different subfunctions in the same program. Then one time you can declare in the global program, then it can be accessed everywhere. And then the local variables. The variables which are accessed only within the subfunctions in which where they are declared. Outside the functions, they may not be known or they may not have the power to access. This is called the scope of the variables. That is to how much extent we can use that particular variable. Okay. Now you will be clear, I think. Now after seeing the program, you will be very clear. Consider a small program which consists of two subfunctions. The functions we will be discussing in the later videos. Now just a small example. Consider hash include stdio.h. Here integer a equal to 5 and b equal to 5. And then the subfunction begins. The two subfunctions and the continuation, the main program here written here. So these two variables are written at the top of the program before all of the functions on the main program. So these two variables are called as the global variables which can be accessed anywhere within the program. Okay. Next, integer addition function add and then return a plus b. Here a plus b we had already declared as a global variable. So 5 plus 5 the value will be substituted here and the returned value will be 10. This value will be returned to the main program when this particular function is called. Okay. Next, integer multiplication, integer mul, in which we have declared integer c equal to 10 and d equal to 50. Both of these variables are declared within the function. See the open braces and the closed braces. So these two are called the local variables for the multiplication function. And then here written A star, B star, C. So here we are having only C and D. A and B are the global variables we are going to access here, and then see the local variables. So what will be the value? 5 into 5, 25. And then here 10. 25 into 10, 250. So the output of this multiplication is 250. Now consider the main program, void main. Here within the open braces, the values given are integer, sum, product, integer, C equal to 90. Now these two variables are considered as the local variables, that is the variables which are declared within the main program. So these both are called the local variables. And then sum equal to add of that is they are calling the particular function, addition function here, and the values will be returned and it will be stored in the variable name called sum. Similarly, the multiplication subfunction, the values will be called here and the values will be returned, the values will be stored in the variable name named product. Again, we are going to print all those values. Print of addition value, add value, percentage D, the format specifier for the integer data type, and then sum. What is the value of the sum? We have find 10. So for the sum value, the output will be printed as first value as 10, that is add value semicolon 10. This is the output. Add value 10. And then the next statement, print of multiplication value, mul value, again percentage D, the product. Already we had find the value 250. So mul value 250 will be displayed as the output. And then the last step, here we are declaring an integer data type, and then the C is, we are going to print the value C. Now we want to know here the local variable, we are having C equal to 90. Already in the multiplication subfunction, we have already declared the variable integer C equal to 10. So in the same program, we are using the variable named C with different values. Now which value will be the printf statement will be considered, or the compiler, which value it will give the priority. So here this is a local variable, the C equal to 10 is a local variable and it can be accessed only within this multiplication function. Here within the main function we are having C equal to 90 and here we are printing the value C. So this local variable only will be printed here, that is it will not consider the C equal to 10 value, it will consider only the C equal to 90 value. So the value, just print of C, integer variable, so 90 will be printed. This will be the output for this particular program. Now you would be very clear about the scope of variables of a global variable versus the local variable. Okay, that's all about the today's video. If you find this video really useful, share this video with your friends. Make a small appreciation comment. Thank you in the comment section. Keep supporting Sai Surya's Academy. Thank you.